Radical.
I cannot remember. Did I ever do an official response to the John Hancock Museum update that he uploaded back in 2022? You know, the last one he did in 2022, titled John Hancock's Museum Update, Moving Forward and Questions Answered, where he's sitting down with some people. He's going over his board, which is him, David Fulcher, Jesse Dreyer, Kareem, Rick Weiss, Justin LeClaire, of course, it would be Justin LeClaire, and about 10 people on the board, where he puts a board together, and everything looks pretty professional. Have I given an update on this? Damn, it's nearly like an hour long. You know, I see people responding to John in the comment section under this upload. I'm sure this thing is cherry-picked. There's one comment that's hearted by him. This video is dedicated to all you haters that question John's honest intentions. And that was, of course, pinned by John. But there's one person that says, so there's still nothing happening is all I got from this video. Still just an idea and a man with a huge collection. Thanks for summing it up for me, Kenneth. I didn't want to watch the whole thing anyways. So some of you can criticize me for not, listening to the whole hour long of them talking about this museum back in 2022 that to this date, well, I'll get into that in a moment. John said, you suck at listening. Sounds like you don't listen. Whatever made a ton of progress since whatever made a ton of progress and have a nice day. Well, at least you say have a nice day. So that's cool, John. You insult them by saying they suck at listening and then you tell them to have a nice day. Well, here's what you suck at, John. You suck at the museum updates because you have one of these every couple years and you always say similar type things. It's going to happen. It's for real. It's not fake. It's going to happen. All right. So I'm pretty good at sussing out bullshit artists. I have for a long time here. I'm pretty good at it, both here and in real life. And this is some grade A bullshit, man. It really is. Because this is an update, and I'm listening to him say some things. Okay, going through some of the comment here. It's difficult here to find the actual... I want to find the exact quotes. Damn. This is really long, so it's hard to find the exact quotes here. Anyway, he says it's not some dream or scam or whatever else. And then he talks about the silly people that have been saying it's that. So that's an insult to anyone questioning it. At the very least, if I were doing this for half a decade, if I were telling people that I was going to make a game museum, I would say, first off, I understand how there's a lot of critics of this. I understand it. I would put that out there. I understand it. It's a far-fetched kind of thing to say that I'm going to have my own game museum. So I would put that out there first off and not hate on people that are questioning the validity of it, especially if I have not been updating constantly about it. If it's such a big deal, shouldn't he have constant updates on the progress? Not just every couple years have a sit down and then you take it to different levels and say, basically, the gist I got from the first 10 or 15 minutes was he knows business people. He's talking to business people. He mentioned Justin LeClaire. He's talking to a lot of business people. I got to find this other bit from here. It's very real, and it's the next step, and it's a very important step. One of the things that I really like about this project, damn it, Damn it, I can't find it. Yeah, sorry. Because, it is such a long video. And I'm going through this because I don't want his audio in the background. So I'm trying to do the closed captioning, but the closed captioning is so off on YouTube, especially with the longer uploads. Yeah, essentially, talking about a possible location is what I got from it. They put a board together. I think he even mentioned they're making pins and buttons and things. Okay, whatever. I might be wrong in that, but it seemed like he mentioned pins and buttons. But they're coming up with a location, trying to find people that'll find a location. So there's not a definitive location half a decade into it. There's no, I mean, I might be wrong. Does anyone else have any more updates? There's not a concrete address where all this collection is going. Now, right there, that's the thing you should call it the most, but the fact that, like, the John Hancock Museum doesn't have a spot to put the museum. Years ago, I joked there was people building a house next door, and why I went over there, and this is before they put in cameras, so it's probably not a good idea. I went over there while they were building it, and I showed the actual museum location. Because take your guess, no one knows where the location is going to be. So it's still kind of like pie in the sky. It's still a dream even to this point, half a decade later. I mean, people are talking about, I saw a couple Reddit threads, how they want some updates because they have personally donated games to him because they want updates. Well, here's your update. What's going to happen to your games is he's either going to, number one, keep them in his personal collection, or number two, when he gets too old to play the games, when he gets too old and he has terrible arthritis and he can't even play games anymore, like when he's 90 years old, he's going to wind up selling all these games for an immense amount of money. That's my guess. I mean, he's damn sure not going to be donating his collection anytime soon. Damn sure not, because, you know, he's still running his YouTube channel. Guess what he needs on his YouTube channel to keep it going? Lots of old video games. Because what would the John Hancock channel be if he didn't have his old video games? Wouldn't be a hell of a whole lot, would it? He's damn sure not a superstar commentator or anything like that. So he needs the old games to keep this up. And he's raised his profile in the retro gaming community with this whole museum scam thing. Now, what makes it a scam is the fact that he's been taking money and donations throughout the years towards it. Now, if it was just an idea, it then wouldn't really be that much of a scam, because then he could, well, if he's lying and saying it is going to happen, then maybe. But what makes it, the component that makes it a scam is taking the games and donations while coming out here and claiming that you're going to have this location where, believe it or not, I about spit on my food because I was eating when I heard him say this, that he's going to donate his collection. He's going to donate it. Not going to sell it. He's going to donate it to this location. So the idea that he's going to take his entire game collection that he spent his whole life getting and just donate it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me, because he doesn't really seem like the guy to be getting out of gaming anytime soon. Whereas, you know, if I, as an example, don't really play a certain system anymore, and I'm not really big into gaming, I look at it and say, you know what? I mean, I never play on that thing. I still probably sell it because I sell games at the flea market. So I'm thinking of a good example here. Maybe if I come across some like baby toys and I decide that, you know what, I'm probably never going to spawn a little one, I'd still probably try to sell them at the flea market. Well, I'm a bad example because I sell things at the flea market on the weekend. But you know what I'm talking about. There's behaviors that you would probably show if you were really dedicated to this, and not just every couple years having an update on your YouTube channel. If this was really key and important to you, don't you think he'd be talking about it all the time? But the problem with that is he doesn't want to be constantly called out for it, right? I mean, is there anyone out there other than people that are really in John Hancock's close circle? Is there anyone out there other than the people on this board at this point, the 10 people, that really believe there's going to be a John Hancock museum? Or even if it's not going to say his name, do any of you out there really believe that this man, this elevated game collector, or let's even say hoarder, this guy is going to make the decision to get rid of his game collection? Because, I mean, he doesn't want to hold on to it forever. Well, okay. Let's say he makes a statement. Him and his family doesn't want to hold on to the collection forever. Do you think his wife's going to be completely fine with him just donating all this and not getting the hundreds of thousands of dollars from this collection. Have you seen the price of Sega Saturn games? You got to understand how much old video games have went up, especially, like I said, the Sega Saturn. Hell, I can even get a good deal on Goodwill.com on the Sega Saturn games. This guy is sitting on an absolute fortune in video games. So you're going to tell me he's just going to give away that fortune? Get the fuck out of here, man.